Now, WTVA Sports with Andy Lee.
The Joe Moorhead era at Mississippi State begins with a convincing 63-6 win over Stephen F. Austin. Quarterback Keaton Thompson, starting in place of the suspended Nick Fitzgerald, accounted for 7 touchdowns. That ties an SEC record. WTVA Sports Director Jim Holder was in Starkville and has this recap.
9 months after being hired at Mississippi State, Joe Moorhead has his first victory as the Bulldogs head football coach. A relatively easy victory. It was expected. After the game, Moorhead and his players talked about the atmosphere leading up to that first win.
Starting with the dog walk coming off the buses, it was kind of a surreal feeling, and everything that was cracked up to be. Fans stayed through the entire game. The cowbells, same thing. It was awesome to hear. Sweet music. So certainly excited for our fans and everything they did to support us.
I feel like Coach Moorhead was excited. Every time we had a team meeting or every time we talked as a team, I felt the energy coming out of him. The passion. It's game time. He ready for it. So.
Oh man, he was fired up. As we got closer to the game day, he got more and more fired. He gave us a lot of confidence going out there, and he showed a lot of confidence, and I think that's a big reason we played so well.
Game 2 of the Joe Moorhead era is on the road. The Bulldogs visit Kansas State next Saturday. Reporting in Starkville, Jim Holder, WTVA 9 Sports.
Ole Miss made a statement in the Lone Star State. The Rebels defeated Texas Tech 47-27 at NRG Stadium in Houston. Jordan Ta'amu was sharp, throwing for 336 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no turnovers. The big surprise was the debut of running back Scotty Phillips. Phillips ran for 204 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Rebels host Southern Illinois next Saturday. Matt Luke very pleased with his team after week 1.
We do have a good mixture. We have a lot of guys that have played a lot of football, and we got some youngsters that obviously learned a lot today. But there'll be a lot that we can improve on from week 1 to week 2. But that's part of the beauty of playing a really good opponent in week 1. You can find out a lot about where you are.
For the 7th straight season, Alabama opens the year with a win over a Power 5 school on a neutral field. Last night's victim was Louisville. The Crimson tied down the Cardinals 51-14. As promised, both quarterbacks Tua Tagovailoa and Jalen Hurts saw playing time, with Tua putting up the bigger numbers. After the game, Nick Saban got testy with ESPN reporter Maria Taylor after Taylor asked Saban a question about his quarterbacks. Saban later apologized to Taylor by phone. Alabama hosts Arkansas State on Saturday. Oxford native Jack Abraham was impressive in his Southern Miss debut. Abraham threw for 242 yards and 4 touchdowns in the Golden Eagles' 55-7 rout of Jackson State. Abraham made his USM debut in front of nearly 30,000 fans and said he loved the atmosphere.
That was awesome. It was a dream come true. I've dreamed about playing in an atmosphere like that for a long time, and to come out here and in front of a great crowd like that and in front of some great fans, it was awesome.
The Golden Eagles host ULM on Saturday. LSU leads Miami 33-3 in the 3rd quarter. That's sports. We're back after this.